All right, ladies and gents, Handyman back again. We've got two mowers, the Scag and the Hustler, with the same issue. Was cutting the other day on the Hustler, got a little bit of smoke over my shoulder. Uh, Doing some things to it. Anyway, the upper crank seal is bad on it. And of course, if you've seen my other videos when I bought this mower, uh, that's what I figured was wrong with it also. I thought I might have had to order the upper seal for it, but something told me walking the store yesterday to go ahead and order it since my other mower is acting up, so I can get both of them up and going. But luckily they had it there. So what we're doing now is attempting to go ahead and fix this problem and some other little issues while we got it, so we don't be down another day. We'll have two mowers up that we can rotate, if a problem occurs. So we're gonna go ahead and turn to this. I already start doing a few things, but we're gonna show you exactly what needs to take place from my point of view to get this taken care of. So I've already, like I said, your first thing is gonna be to remove this assembly here. Got a few bolts there, and of course disconnect from your tube for your carburetor, and get you a little rag or something stuffed down there. I keep any dirt, trash, anything from going down into your carburation. Then if you got 3 bolts up here on top of this little doohickey, you're gonna pull those out and that'll come off, and keep up with that. And you've also got some bolts around the side for this cover right here. You take those 4, 5, 6 out, and that cover right there will also come off of there. Set that to the side. Then you got a 17 millimeter bolt dead in the center to take this cover housing, whole assembly off. So take that off, and then this will come off. Make sure you look at the little indicators there, which go over the little magnet, so it'll sit right on the assembly when it's time to go back. And also looking at this ring here, these cords will have to come off, because if you try to pull that up, that ring is going to catch underneath there. So I've already took the bolts out of there, all except the 10 millimeters. And like I said, I'm going to put them on the side where they go. That one on that side, and the other one on the other side. Before I did that, I took my filler gauge and put in between there and the magneto to see the gap. So I've got that, so when I get ready to go back, I know how much to separate. Of course, a business card always work, but your choice. And like I said, these should just lay out the side. All you want to do is make clearance so when it comes up, doesn't interfere with anything. Now on the other flywheel I have, you can see I did a video on that. It's not so good. I guess I'll do another video on that when I get to working on that more also. But that one has some holes in here to pull this up. This one, as you can see, does not. But I found 2 little catches there that looks like, I guess that's how we get it, because you can tap and do other things and pry. And I don't like doing that, because if you get the bumping down on there, that could damage that bottom seal on the crank, this, that, and the other. So what I'm gonna do is try this. It's actually a 3-jaw puller. We converted it, made a 2-jaw puller, and got this for rent from O'Reilly. Doesn't have a go on the end, so we're not gonna stick that down there and take a risk of throwing any threads. I got me a little nut to sit on top of there, and I'm gonna put that in there like that. And hopefully we can get that off of there. If you guys just be patient with me, this is really the only thing that I hadn't taken it loose yet. So now we've got that all set up. Get us a nice size adjustable wrench. Of course, you probably could use air, but like I said, I don't like using air on these type of things. You just want to take your time, gives you a better feel of what's going on. And it looks like I see already it's starting to come up. look like it. Hope it doesn't do any damage or anything. The other one, like I said, we just kept cranking and it went ahead and popped loose. Might have to go get my pry bar and do the same thing with this. We got that. Hang on for a second, I'm gonna grab my hammer. Gonna give it a little bump. And what we have here is a little block of wood to stop from hitting on metal. And like I said, we'll give her a little bump and see if that'll help break anything loose. And you see all the dust flying, that's why we put something in there. Try another crank. And that's not going to work. It's trying to lean over on me. Try again to reposition. And there she went. And that's why you see how she popped. You move those because it could have caught those and tore something up. Again, like I said, make sure you got your key, all that still in there. Remove that. And we'll set this to the side for right now. Now, it looks like, well, that's not a, there's your seal there. And like I said, you see all the grit and grime up there. So there's no really other place except for maybe under here that all that stuff would come from. But before we go any further, I'm going to get my air, of course, blow all this stuff off good and clean. And what I'm hoping to do is take me a self-tapping screw and screw down in that old seal and get some pliers and kind of yank that up and pull that up. Of course, I've got picks and all this, that, and the other just running through my head. I think that's probably be the best method. Of course, we don't want to screw down too deep, just enough to get the screw to start going in. And then, like I said, once we might put two, one on each side, take the pliers, and then we'll try to work that seal up. And if that doesn't work, we'll go to the next procedure. But that's where we're at right now. You see, we got this thing pretty much broke down. And yep, that's where we're at now. So we're gonna blow all this grit and grime off, get it cleaned up before we go any further. And we'll be back with you guys shortly when we move on to the next step. So until then, y'all have a good one. Handyman out.